Welcome back to My Block Jazz. I am Denaro Scurry. And Jacksonville Jaguars played the Indianapolis Colts yesterday. We took another L, 23-17. And I ain't going to lie, it looked like we was going to get blown out at the beginning of the game. Early. They jumped out 17 zip in the first quarter. I think it was 3 minutes left in the first quarter. And they had 17 nothing. Blocked the punt. Jonathan Taylor, the first series of the game. Shit, fucking running that bitch on the ass. And I mean, they was just balling. We could not stop Jonathan Taylor for shit. Our offense didn't really look like much. Our defense couldn't stop nothing. And this was all in the first quarter, bro. As soon as the game started, within the first 15 minutes of the game, all this shit popped off. They went, like I said, block punt, special teams. Special teams really hurt us yesterday. From block punts, missed field goals, missed extra points. Special teams really hurt us, but they got a block punt. They went up 3-0. Very next series, we went 3-and-out, block punt. They run it in the end zone. That's 10-0. Then Jonathan Taylor runs the ball 17-0. And it looked like it was going downhill from there. We end up getting the ball to Agnew. He ended up running like a sweep, or I don't know exactly what it was. I don't know if it was a sweep or a toss, but he ended up running up the left side of the field, running up the left sideline, and scoring, running like 66 yards or some shit like that. We ended up getting a touchdown, so you know what I'm saying, we looked like we was doing something. And it was 7-7, or then we missed the field goal, so it was 6-17. I can't remember how we ended up scoring again. He did make a field goal. He did make Matt Wright did make a field goal, and James Robinson did end up running the touchdown, and we ended up going for a 2. So that's how we got 17. I do remember that. I can't remember exactly when the field goal came, and I know the James Robinson touchdown run was in the second half. But we end up getting 17. They end up scoring or whatever. End up getting 23. Our defense was absolutely nowhere in the first half. First half defense looked like shit. We could not stop the run. They had like 110 yards rushing in the first half. Most of that came in the first quarter. Defense could not stop shit. I was telling my friend yesterday, we have the most almost sacks in the league. We get pressure to the quarterback, but cannot get these quarterbacks down. We cannot get as much pressure we get, and as many times our D line actually touch the quarterback. We should have way more sacks than what we actually do. And we get so much pressure, so many almost sacks, and we do not get the quarterback. We do not get the quarterback to the ground, so we don't get as many sacks, in my opinion, as we should. For whatever reason, I have no idea. Carson Wentz is not that good. I don't care how you want to put it. He looked better in Philly than he does with the Colts, but he's not that good of a quarterback. He takes risks. If you watch him play, he does dumb shit with the ball. He throws crazy passes. He just does some wild shit all the time, which opens him up for mistakes, opens him up for interceptions, opens him up for fumbles, opens him up for doing just idiotic plays that the other team can capitalize on. And that's really what I was looking forward to, our defense capitalizing on some of those dumb plays that he do. So he always try to make something happen on the run or whatever, and I felt like we couldn't. When it comes to offense, Trevor, he necessarily didn't look too good out there. Didn't really look too good Sunday. I didn't look up his stats. It didn't really matter. We lost, so I didn't really didn't care to rehash the stats. But I didn't really look up stats. But one thing I do know on the offense, we do not have no weapons outside of Agnew. Agnew was originally signed to be a kick returner. He was a cornerback. He was a cornerback when he got drafted. Mostly used him at kick returner. They moved him to receiver. Now he came here to be a kick returner / receiver. And he's now in our offense more. He's doing more on our offense than way more than what we was expecting. And more than anybody else on the team. Marvin Jones, I have no idea what he's doing. We thought he was going to be the number one coming into this season. He doesn't look like a number one. He's out there doing absolutely nothing. Chenault is a second round bust. I honestly think since he's been on the team, he's had 2 good games. And my one thing about him is when he gets the ball in his hand, he makes, you know what I'm saying, he makes people miss. He does not go down after the first hit, but it's just trying to get the ball in his hand. The drop passes. We're having so many drop passes from the tight ends to Chenault, Marvin Jones. Like, the drop passes are killing us, man. And a lot of the drop passes, if you look at them, they're first downs. You know what I'm saying? A lot of these passes, if they catch them, they'll be first downs, or they're on third down, which could continue to drive. But we have a lot of drop passes. I know a lot of people are saying that they're not getting separation. This is no longer college. You're not gonna get separation like how you see on Saturdays with these elite receivers in college going against guys who's never gonna play the game again after that season. I mean, like, you're playing against the best of the best. You're not always gonna be 2-3 feet open. I mean, a lot of times you got to throw it and the receiver got to make a play. And I think that's some of the things Trevor has to learn. Granted, he's a rookie, but a lot of these guys are not just going to be open like how they were in Clemson. And then when it comes to the receivers, when he does throw you the ball, when the ball's in the air, man, you got to make a play. You got to try to figure out how to make separation when the ball's in the air. You got to, you know what I'm saying, make adjustment to the ball, and you got to fucking catch the ball. And I feel like that's what we're not doing. Dan Arnold, we traded C.J. Henderson for Dan Arnold. Dan Arnold is doing somewhat good, but he has drop pass. He's dropping balls. So it's like, man, Dan Arnold could have came in here and could have been the best tight end we had in the last 10 years. And he probably still will be once the season ends, because, I mean, he's talented when he catches the ball. I'm not even going to lie. We look like we got the upper hand on that trade. You know what I'm saying? Even though we traded a first round pick player for this tight end. But when he has to catch the ball, man, like, just point blank period, everybody on our team, for whatever reason, having issues catching the ball. And when you catch the ball, you know what I'm saying, a lot of these drops are drive-ending drops, are drops that could have been first downs. They could have extended the drive, do something, make our offense look like something. All these 3 and outs that we continue to get does not look good for our offense, don't look good for Trevor. Then you have people, I keep constantly hearing, well, since yesterday and today, people are saying Trevor isn't that good. Number one, he's a rookie. He's only played 9 games. Number two, the receivers have to help him out. You can't have all these drop passes and then blame Trevor for Trevor not making shit happen when the receivers keep dropping the ball. It's like, damn, what else you want him to do? He can't throw and catch the ball. Even if you watch Trevor when he's running, now he's starting to run more. Now, I don't know if that's something with him getting comfortable in the offense or whatever, but he's starting to run more, because it's like, damn, if I throw it, can I trust him to catch it? So let me put the ball in my hand and let me just run for a first down. It was the first down he ran for. The motherfucker ain't even try to slide. He just ran. You know, his tall, skinny ass can't be taking them hits. He just was like, fuck it, I'm just going to run and get this first down. You know what I'm saying? That extended the drive. So it's like, our offense has to help our rookie quarterback so our rookie quarterback can look good. I mean, you cannot be dropping passes. You cannot be running the wrong routes. I mean, not saying that's what they were doing, but just saying all the simple stuff that the offense should be doing. A lot of times when it came to Jacksonville for the past years, we always had issue with offensive line. Everyone was like, oh, the offensive line. Offensive line is blocking well this year. Like, I ain't gonna front, from the first game of the season, they look like shit, but offensive line's been blocking really good. Really good. So Trevor has time. Granted, there's times to where Cam Robinson might give up a sack. Juwan Taylor might give up a sack. Yes, they're not perfect, but they're way better than where they were last year. I mean, they're holding their blocks the time that they're supposed to hold their blocks. Ain't no offensive line in the league gonna be able to hold a block for 5 seconds. You know what I'm saying? And that's how if you look at our offensive plays, when Trevor does get pressure a lot of times, or if he's holding the ball too long, look how long he's holding the ball. It's like 5-6 seconds. Ain't no offensive line supposed to be blocking that long. So a lot of people is criticizing the offensive line, saying the offensive line isn't playing well when they actually are. Granted, Juwan Taylor is not playing that well, but the offensive line as a whole, they're above average. They look really good. Even I think on the stat sheet, maybe Pro Football Focus, I don't really. But some of them, ESPN, Pro Football Focus, CBS, one of them has ranked us like top 10 offensive line. So our offensive line's playing well. I just think it's more of the players on the team and coaching staff. I think the coaching staff has to try to figure out what's our identity, man. Are we going to run? We're going to be a run first team. Granted, yesterday we couldn't run because we were behind so early, but are we going to be a run first team? Are we going to be a pass team? If we're going to be a pass team, let's try to get these receivers open. Let's try to run plays where these receivers can get open. And I feel like some of the play calling is just, I don't even know how to call it, man. It's just some of the play calling is just bad. It's just bad, man. So we can't get, when you got a rookie quarterback, you got receivers who can't get separation, and then you have the play calling that's bad. I mean, come on, man. That's a recipe for disaster. Nothing's good is going to come out of that. You know what I'm saying? If you say all three of those things to anybody, they're going to be like, how is your offense going to be successful? So I think those are the main issues with the offense. Granted, it's times where we have pulled some of this shit together and we won 2 games. You know what I'm saying? We beat Buffalo, we beat Miami. It's times where we pulled this together and we won games. But I feel like we need to do this on a, you know what I'm saying, consistent basis, because we're not consistent in anything. We play good one week, play bad the next. Receivers, Chenault shows up one week, next week we don't see him at all. So it's like, man, we got to do better, man. We got to do better. Same on defense, man. We have to do better. Secondary, to me, is our biggest issue on defense. D-line, like I said, D-line, we're getting pressure. We're not getting all the sacks we should, but we're getting pressure. And we should have had Carson Wentz. Carson Wentz is not that good, man. Even if you look at the receivers, I don't even know any of the receivers that caught any passes. T.Y., I don't really I remember their offense was on the field and T.Y. was on the sideline. I remember seeing him on the sideline. So he did absolutely nothing. And I can't tell you nobody else in the offense outside of Jonathan Taylor doing anything. I have no idea. Granted, I don't know a lot of the offensive players, but if you just ask anybody who watched the game, you'd be like, who was the number one factor for their team? Who made shit happen? Only person you can name is Jonathan Taylor. Nobody in their receiving game really made anything or really did anything. And I honestly think that's why we shut them out, or why they didn't score that much in the second half, because they kept trying to run, and we kind of stopped the run. So they had to figure it out and end up kicking them field goals and shit. So it's like, it's things that we can get better on. Granted, if you look at from how we were in the beginning of the season, how we are now, there's things that we are way better at than what we were. Will I give up on Trevor? No, that's stupid. I mean, but also look at the team we have. Look at the team we had last year. We had really no offensive weapons. We had Chark last year. That's the only offensive weapon we had, and then Chark ended up getting hurt. So now you don't have Chark. This is the same team we had last year where we won 1 game. Now we come in 2021 with the same team without DJ Chark. So we don't have no receivers. We didn't add no weapons on offense really to make the team better. So you got to be realistic and say, what am I expecting from this team with what we got? And that's honestly what it is. What are you expecting from this team with what we have? If you look at the team from last year, look at the team this year, look at who we drafted, free agency, and you look at the quarterback, the only thing really offensively that improved was the quarterback position. But outside of that, we actually lost a player with DJ Chark, and we didn't gain much. Next week, who we got? I just looked it up. Damn, who we got next week? Whoever we got next week, fuck, this shit about to piss me off. I can't remember who we got next week. I literally just looked it up and I'm going blank. But next week, hopefully we can offense look a little better. I mean, this is literally how we going in every week with just hope. We really going at Jaguars. That's the only thing we really got going for us is hope, man. We got to go into every game with hope, hoping we look better, hoping we improve on the mistakes from the week before. And that's really it. You guys let me know how you guys feel about the last game. And let me know if you understand exactly what I'm saying when it comes to Trevor, man. I'm starting to see people like getting a little frustrated with him, like it's his fault. Like it's his fault we don't have talent around him, or it's his fault we don't have talent on offense to make the team better. You guys let me know what you think about the game and that. But that's that for this video.